Hey guys, welcome in this new video. I hope that all of you are doing great. In this video, I want to talk about a topic that, comes straight from my heart because I believe that it's so important, and it's why are you trading? So let's get right into it. Before we start, as always, if you are not already subscribed to the YouTube channel, make sure you do that so that way you are sure to not miss any new videos coming out. So, why are you trading? This is what I want to talk about in today's video. Why are you trading, right? And you'll see, as we go on, why does that even matter? But you'll see that it does matter. So, why are you trading? That should be one of the first question, or even the first question that you ask yourself when you actually get into this industry. Why are you doing this, right? Like, what's the reason behind doing it? I'll tell you right now, pretty much everyone, there are a few exceptions, right? But I would say 90% of people who get into trading is for one reason specifically. You probably already know that reason, and it's to make money, right? To get cash, right? People want to make money. That's the reason why they're getting into trading. So they want to start trading because they have this idea that they will make a lot of money. They will make a fortune doing that. They will have passive income, right? They will have freedom out of those things, which is possible, right? Don't get me wrong. Don't twist my words. Of course you can make a lot of money trading. Of course you can have freedom, live the laptop lifestyle, travel the world, buy nice things, like do good for other people with trading because you can make a lot of money. Of course you can make a lot of money, right? That's not what I'm going against right now. What I'm going against is that it's your only motivation to actually get into trading. And the reason why I'm going against that is because if it's your case, right? If you're getting into trading just because of the money, and notice the word just, by the way, right? Like, if you want to get into trading and money is also part of the reason why, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's even a good thing, right? Because at the end of the day, as traders, we are making money, right? Like, you're doing that partly because you want to make money. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. But if you are doing it just and only because of the money, it will never work. Let me repeat that. If you are trading only because of the money factor, it will never work. Never. I've never seen a single person becoming a profitable and very good trader who was only motivated by the money. You know why? Because you will not be able to sustain and be consistent with all the work that it takes to actually become a profitable trader. Because trading is not easy, right? Maybe you're surprised if I'm telling you this, because a lot of people want you to believe otherwise on the internet. But I'm telling you from experience and from teaching a lot of people about trading, it is not easy. Most people fail at trading for many different reasons, right? I'll not go into them because I could talk like this for hours, but the point is that many people fail at trading. In fact, 90% of people fail at trading. They never become profitable and they end up losing money. And so most of these people were trading in the first place only because of the money. So now that we know more about, why it's not necessarily a good thing to only be motivated by the money, the question is, how can I get into the 10% of traders who are profitable? The first answer to that question, well, it's by not only being motivated with the money. So what would be the other motivation? Love. Love. Yes, love, right? Love for trading, the passion for trading, right? That's really important. And a lot of people negate this aspect. A lot of people even forget it, right? Like, you ask them, do you love trading? They're like, oh, it makes money, right? That's what people answer. They will not tell you like, no, I don't love trading. They will say, well, it makes money, right? That's the only reason why they will love trading. But that will not work, right? You need to be passionate. about trading. And it's the same thing with any other industry, right? Like you probably heard that, oftentimes before, but like if you don't love what you do, you will not be able to do great work. Because if you are that smart and then you compete with another person that is also that smart, but this person loves more what you're doing than yourself, well, that person will perform better. He will have better results. Even if you guys are both equally smart, if the person loves more what you're doing than yourself, that person will have better results. And so there's no secret, right? It all comes down to the passion of trading. It's really important. Like I said, a lot of people they will not put enough attention on actually if they really love trading or not. And that's the reason why I'm doing this video, by the way, is because I want you to ask yourself this question. Why am I doing this? Is it only because of the money? Or is it because I really have a passion for trading? I'm really interested in learning about trading. And so if the answer is only money, I would suggest you to stop, honestly. Because, the probability of you becoming profitable and getting to the goal of making money, if that's your only motivation, is basically impossible. I said basically, right? It's not, 100% impossible, of course, right? There are people who still get to that goal eventually, but it's rarely that way. It's rarely sustainable. So you really need to love trading to become good, and to, when I asked myself that question, I realized that I really love trading. It's my passion, and I have absolutely no doubt about it. I just love trading, honestly, guys. Like, even if there was no money to be made in this industry, I would probably still do it, because when I was younger, I used to play a lot of video games. And so for me, trading is very similar to a video game. Like, I'm seeing it as something fun. Like, I love jumping on the charts. I love doing analysis, understanding what is happening, looking at different trades, right? I love learning about trading. I just love doing that. And I believe that it's what it takes to actually become, a profitable and successful trader. Because everything starts there. If you don't have the passion, you will not be able to sustain long enough to actually become profitable, right? Most likely, people give up when they don't have the passion for trading. Because trading, if you don't have the passion for it, it's boring as fuck, right? Part of my French, but it's very not interesting if you don't love what it is. Like, it's the same thing for everything. Like, once again, if you want to become a doctor because of the good, like, salary, but you don't love it, well, it will probably not work, or you will just not enjoy your life. And at the end of the day, we only have one life to live. And so I think that it's very important to actually do something on a daily basis that you enjoy, right? Like, in our society, like, the word work has a very negative connotation, right? Like, when people say, oh my god, I have to go to work, I need to get up early, oh my god, my boss, this, that, the other, right? People find all kind of reasons why they, to put a negative connotation on the word work. But if you look deep into those reasons, you will see that it all comes down to because they don't love what they're doing. It's really that simple. If you don't love what you're doing, well, it's basically wasting your time, in my opinion, right? Because, as I said, we have one life to live. So what's the point of doing something you don't love only because of the money? And most of the time, people will do that to gain money, to sustain a lifestyle that is not even true, right? A lot of people, like, it's crazy to me, but a lot of people will get in debt to buy a cooler car, right? To have a BMW or a Mercedes or whatever, or to have a $500,000 home when they cannot even afford it. Like, that's what a lot of people are doing in life. And so there could be many reasons as well why people are doing those things. But the point is that if you were truly happy, if you were really doing what you love to do on a daily basis, you would probably not do these things simply because your work is actually something good for you, right? It's something positive. You enjoy doing it. It's not even, work, right? Like you probably heard the quote before, love what you do and you will never work a day in your life. Well, I believe in that. That's very true, right? Like work doesn't need to be, negative, right? It can be seen as something positive. It's only in the modern world, by the way, that the work has a negative connotation to it. Because back then, people used to just do their work because they knew that it had to be done, right? They were not even thinking of like, do I love this? Do I not love this? They were doing it because it had to be done. So the negative connotation is very recent in our society of the word work, right? And so what I'm telling you is that you can, or I should not say you can change that connotation, because if you don't love your work, it's hard to start loving. If you're not like naturally passionate by what you're doing, you will not really be able to change that perspective. But what you are able to change is the work in itself. What are you doing? And if you start doing something that you love, well, the perspective will also change, right? It will follow what you're doing, basically. So to come back to trading, if you don't love trading, well, you will have a negative connotation to work, right? To studying, for example, as well. So it all comes down to, are you actually passionate about trading, or are you doing it just for the money? And so the first step is, I think, to figure out where are you in those two categories. If you actually love trading, go all in, my friend. Go all in. I'm telling you, it's worth it, right? Like, I've been trading for nearly 3 years and a half, something like that, right? And I still love it to this day. Like, I cannot wait in the morning to jump on the charts and start looking at my trades and all of those things, because I love it. And it has been like that since forever. I've always loved trading. So it has to be that way, right? As I said, because you want to be passionate about what you're doing. And so if you're not in trading, well, as I said, maybe it's not for you. And there's nothing wrong with that, by the way, right? Like, maybe that it's just not for you. Maybe it's not what you want to do in your life. And if it's the case, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, the point is that you need to find what actually works for you and then go all in that direction. And as I said, if you love trading, go all in, my friend, because it's worth it, right? You will love what you do, and you are likely to make a lot of money if you actually learn from the right people and if you put in the work that is necessary to actually get there, right? But if you love it, the probability of you becoming profitable are already much higher than someone who is doing it just for the money. So that's pretty much it for this video. I hope it was helpful. I was just talking. I don't have a single note, by the way. I was just like, going over whatever was coming through my mind. So, just a little rant, I guess we can say. I hope it was helpful, because I truly believe in what I talk about. And I hope that it opened your eyes, or at least, made you think about why are you doing this, and maybe that after that you will be able to progress in the right direction when you actually find the answer to the question that we talk about today. All right, so on that, thank you for watching. Take care, trade with care, manage your money well, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.